couple of weeks ago, Mistral released their OCR model, and what it does is it basically transforms a document, PDF, or image into Markdown, and it does so more consistently than anything else out there. This is state of the art. And how it does this is besides the point. You can look into it. You can go to Mistral, search up Mistral OCR, and you can read all about it. But you can see here, a really nicely formatted PDF gets transformed into a really nicely formatted Markdown, something that is like computer readable. And you might be looking at this and think, "Oh, this is beautiful! Just being able to transition from the PDF to the Markdown. That's really cool." Well, this is a UI that they probably spent a good amount of time building just to be able to showcase their product because they marketing. It's important. Um, and so when you look at the actual monstrosity that is their API, okay, I'm kind of trolling. It's just there's really no way around it. But um, whenever you're dealing with it via the API, you're not going to get these clean images. You're not going to get the structured markdown. You're going to get like plain text, and you're going to get a binary. And so when you run basically this piece of code, and I'll zoom in just to be abundantly clear, um, you basically get this. I'll comment this out. In fact, I'll just restart print OCR response. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna run that. Python OCR, great. Give it a couple of seconds, and you'll see this message being sent. Open telemetry tracing details. What is that all about? I'll explain that in a moment. But um, you can see the code isn't very complicated. These are just all the imports, loading environment variables, and so on and so forth. And then there's like these two mysterious commands that I'll get to in a moment. But yeah, it's processing the OCR, or perhaps it's not processing the OCR. Oh, no, it is processing the OCR. Okay. Anytime now. Okay, so why did it take so long? Well, that might have to do with the fact that it just consumed my entire terminal. That probably has some part in it. And this terminal, note that it got extended to like 10,000 lines. So you're seeing 10,000 lines of binaries and markdown. Um, so not very nice to look at. Doesn't look a lot like what I presented a moment ago here. Not very clean. So, um, what was that original message that I can't even scroll up to because this consumed all of my terminal space? Well, it's this. It's Phoenix, and with this recent change PR, you can basically get a very clean visualization of what this. Um, you get a very clean visualization of what is going on, like what is the input and output of the OCR. So here you see a couple of boxes that are delineating a single page. You'll see transformer state of the art. This is what the page originally looks like, just for reference. um, and you'll see that it is actually recognizing the way a human would read this. The way a human would read this is they read Transformers, then they read Thomas Wolfe, Hugging Face, Abstract. Well, really, people who are more comfortable reading papers, they would ignore all this. Read the abstract introduction and skip everything. But that's if you're like a person just reading some random document, you're gonna go Transformers, Thomas Wolfe, Abstract, Recent Progress, Introduction, the Transformer, and then Language Understanding. Then you move to Louis et al. And keep on going down the right column. That's how we're accustomed to reading these papers. So does so the question here is, does the um, does the transformation from the OCR capture this, like for example this not totally intuitive break between language understanding and Louis et al? Does it instead like run through like recent progress and natural language process in Louis et al? No, it understands that it should be reading the left column then the right column. So it goes from language understanding to Louis et al. And I'm gonna prove that by just copying this, going over to Phoenix, and then searching that, and you see language understanding Louis et al. Followed immediately by Louis et al. And then you'll see there's a whole bunch of other content here, but something you could do very easily is you just throw this over to like um, some markdown processing, markdown transformation, or visualizer, or whatever you want to call it. And you can see it very nicely organized here, where you see the introduction, and if we search up the same thing, well, I just searched up the entire markdown. If we search up Louis et al., language understanding Louis et al., you can read it very clearly here in this like this website that basically just processes your markdown. And what happened to the images? So we don't have any images on the first page. We do have an image on the second page, and we do have an image on a diagram on the third page. So where are they? Well, here you don't see the image, but you do see a reference to an image on the second page. And if we scroll down, you'll see that the image is actually shown at the bottom. Well, it's separated here because of the UI, but you can make the connection that this image is referencing this image 0, figure 1 is referencing the image that's shown on that page. And if we go back further down here, you can also see that the diagram was also captured. And the diagram was kind of, well, this is not a good example. We'll move into something that's like more wedged into the text. So like this one. This one's like halfway through the page. Although not visually halfway, but like if you're reading this, it's halfway through the page. So for further compilation, it's like in between compilation there. So further compilation, if we go over to Phoenix and we do further compilation, you'll see that the image is actually wedged in between further compilation, as it should be. And if we just scroll a little bit further down, you can see the image here separated. So this is a very clean way of visualizing the outputs. But it's not just that. You can also like see the inputs that are going in. You can track all of this. So unfortunately, there is no preview for PDFs, but there is a preview for images. So I'm going to showcase that quickly. That's like one of my commented things. We'll just take this one that I was using for testing and then comment out the document URL, go back down here, and if we don't print the OCR response, just to see if things move any faster, I'm hoping that it's going to move slightly faster, given that it's a single image and it's also not printing the entire like 10,000 plus lines of terminal output. Okay, that was reasonably fast. Okay, and now you see that you can see the original input. This was the original image. If you need validation, then we can just click on this, and that's going to open up the image. So that's the original image that you're seeing in as the input from the user. And then you can see in the output, it captured the two images, it labeled them, and it parsed out the text. So there you go. Unfortunately, this isn't yet merged into main of Phoenix, but hopefully we'll soon. But this is just, oh, and how much work did I have to do to like get these two connected? Well, basically these 4 lines plus my environment variables. So yeah. That's all it takes for you to be able to visualize your OCR transformations.